to Photoshop Killer Tips, brought to you by the National Association of Photoshop Professionals. Here's your host, Matt Klaskowski.
One of the problems that you'll run into if you're creating an action in Photoshop and it's got a selection in it is that selection where it gets placed. So let's say I have an action. I'm going to create an action that makes a border, and I make a selection like this. Well, whatever the document dimensions are for this, so if we go up to image size here, 849 by 565, what Photoshop is doing as you're recording an action is it's remembering exactly where you clicked here. Okay, well, another thing that you could do would be to make a selection, and let's say you always know you want your selection to be, you know, maybe 80-90% of the whole image. Well, instead, what you can do is actually deselect, and I would just go to select all. Okay, and at that point, then I'd go to select transform selection, and up here in the options bar, you can knock this down to 80%. Okay, and you see what that does. That makes my selection smaller. If I recorded my action this way, I would then be embedding that into my action. I'd be saying reduce the size of this selection to 80% of what it was. And that way, no matter what size image I ran it on in the action, no matter what size the image was, that selection would always be 80%. Instead of kind of being hard-coded, if you will, when I click and I drag it. Well, if the next image is bigger or smaller, this is going to look funky. All right. Also, I think you know it's coming up. If you've watched the Killer Tips lately, you know Photoshop World's coming up, and I'll be teaching there. Lots of other instructors are going to be teaching there. It's always a good time, always a fun time, and these videos are playing sometime in July, and the early bird special for Photoshop World ends August 1st. So make sure you sign up before August 1st because you save yourself $100. You save some money, get some more money to spend while you're there, or buy something else cool with it. But either way, make sure if you're going to go, just take advantage of it and sign up before August 1st, because I promise you August 2nd, they really do switch the prices over, and there's no, oh gosh, I meant to sign up yesterday. So make sure you hit the website and find out all the info.